Are you?
The Bud Light Genie? Yeah.
So we get...
Wishes? It's my thing. Gimme.
80s metal hair.
Yes.
Filthy rich.
So filthy.
I wish Peyton Manning was my best friend.
Aw.
How we doing? Hey.
Oh, Post Malone.
Hey.
We wish for a T-Rex.
Guilty. Let's go to Super Bowl LVIII. Now we're talking.
A lighthearted, a fun one that we can look forward to on Sunday because beer giants, they are spending huge once again on the Super Bowl. They're doing everything they can to win back some of their lost customers. And the brand with the most on the line, well, it's arguably Bud Light. It's still struggling to recover from a consumer boycott last year. Now, taking a look at the broader industry, data out from Bank of America showing that the sector remains under pressure. Shipments falling to the lowest level that we've seen in about 25 years. We want to bring in Peter Galbo. He is Bank of America's food and beverage analyst. Peter, it's great to have you. First, I think we got to talk reaction to the ad. What'd you guys think?
So for Bud Light, it's about getting back to being funny. That's what the brand means to most consumers. And so they've added humor back into the equation. You have Post Malone and Peyton Manning, who, has had a great second career. We all remember the SNL with Peyton Manning was one of the all-time viewed. So, I think it's great ad copy. It's going up against, though, remember, 15 years ago, Coors Light rolled out the Cold Train. We're bringing the Cold Train back. So this is a true heavyweight knockdown, drag-out fight between the beer giants. It's going to be like Chris Jones going against Trent Williams on Sunday.
Yeah.
This is the matchup. But great ad.
Yeah, look, I was giving the rest of the team my unsolicited ad reviews earlier today. I think it comes down to hope, humor, service, value proposition as well, or product, and then just good delivery here. So the jury is out, at least with Brad Equity Partners, on what I'm rating that one right now. But, while we have you, Peter, and you think about this overall industry and what the consumer is looking for these companies to deliver upon, what is it? Is it, something just like a good ad spot with a good salesman as well? But the product itself, too, where are they looking for differentiation?
So I think the value piece that you mentioned is important. But remember that what beer or what alcohol, particularly in this setting, is supposed to provide essentially an escape for people, right? And if you're enjoying the game, that's what people are looking for. I think, again, for Bud Light to kind of get back to its roots in everything in humor. And remember, this goes back a few years even as well. Bud Light took some shots at Miller Lite in the 2019 Super Bowl, going after them corn syrup. It kind of got off message.
Yeah.
But look, the overall consumer, particularly younger consumers, are kind of shunning beer. This is a chance for them to kind of start and gain new entrants into the category.
Talk to us just about how high the stakes are, right? There's going to be so many eyeballs on this game. Do you have confidence that Bud Light in particular is going to be able to reestablish some of that customer connection or win back their customers through their ad push here during the game?
I think there's a chance, and Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch gets covered out of our European team as well, so I'll speak maybe more to the Coors side. I think the bigger question that we get a lot of is how much of the market share that Coors, Miller Lite, even Modelo gained at the expense of Bud Light last year, how much of that can they retain going into some of the spring shelf resets? Look, Modelo is not going to be on TV, but is very prevalent in football these days, and obviously has taken over number one position in beer. So we'll see. But I think the bigger risk is the Coors Light ad effective in retaining those consumers that they've won over in the past year?
And I know it's ahead of the ad here, but do you expect Modelo to be able to retain some of that new customer base that they were able to attract from Bud Light?
It's still the fastest growing beer in America, is a huge beneficiary, obviously, of changing demographics within the U.S. And there's still a lot of opportunity, white space opportunity pushes for Modelo outside of just traditional markets like California, bigger pushes in New York, bigger pushes in Texas. So we think that they hold that share.
Which of the beverage companies right now do you believe has the best expansion strategy that does not over-rely on beer performance or does not over-rely on wine or spirits performance right now?
I think if we're going to talk total beverages, right, there's still a lot of white space opportunity in energy drinks. We're going to see how now that Monster owns the Bang platform, if they're able to kind of rejuvenate that to compete head-to-head with Celsius. I think in beer, though, it's still a pretty challenging category, right? You're seeing that decline. You're seeing the Modelos and Pacificos of the world take share within that category. Again, given the favorable demographics, maybe a little bit more of a better taste profile according to a lot of consumers. So that's kind of what we're expecting.
Peter, how recession-proof is this industry overall? You talk about the fact that consumers are still under a bit of pressure. They're struggling with higher prices. Where does that then position these names?
So you do see some trade down for sure. I think that as Constellation Brands has talked about pretty openly, like their consumer tends to be a bit more income sensitive, and they were more reticent, and the beer industry in general was more reticent to take pricing versus maybe soft drinks versus the packaged food companies.
And so within that environment, which is best positioned to outperform on a stock basis?
We like Constellation Brands the best of the names, and again, demographic tailwind story, still kind of a volume growth story within the declining category, ability to buy back some shares. So I mean, that's kind of where we would place our bets.
Peter Galbo, it's great to have you. Who do you
Thanks,
have
guys.
winning on Sunday?
I mean, my heart says 49ers, but it's tough to bet against Mahomes.
It is. That's been general consensus on the show this week.
I've only bought one NFL jersey in the past 7 years, and guess who it's been? Mahomes.
Really?
Well, because my
haven't even bought the
Kelly
Eagles?
Green jersey was sold out this year.
Wow,
My
what a
Bills
fan.
can't seem to get past Mahomes, so that's the bigger issue.
There we go. All right, Peter, thanks so much
Thanks
for
so
joining
much.
us here.